Hey y'all, we're in the kitchen again, and today I have a couple cucumbers and onions that I'm going to make into a really easy refrigerator pickle, and then I also have some freshly picked peppers that I need to get put up. So I'm just going to make some cowboy candy out of that. It's not going to be enough to can. These are just to put in the refrigerator and use right now. If you're new here, my name's Heather, and we are also new here. So I'm glad you found us. And if you find any value in this video, then please consider subscribing, like, comment. We'd love to build a community here. We're learning how to share here on YouTube, so we'll grow together. Today I'm making a small batch of refrigerator pickles. My cucumbers have not done amazing this year yet, but anyway, I did have these 3 extra ones, and you can see they're starting to want to wrinkle up on me. So I'm going to make a small jar of refrigerator pickles. And I wanted to do this anyway because this is the first year I've had any onions to make my own, so it would be my cucumbers and my onions. And the neat thing about this recipe is it doesn't take any spices. And I might lose you on that because honestly, my great aunt is the one that gave me this recipe. And when she did, I said, no, it doesn't have any spices. How is that supposed to be good? And she said, it's good. And she takes me to the refrigerator, gets a jar out, and I tasted them, and they were good. It's a different kind of pickle. So I enjoy them. I still make a sweet crunchy pickle that does take pickling spice, and I make kind of like sweet midgets you get out of the store. I do make those, and some dill pickles, but I also make these. The rest of them are shelf stable. These are refrigerator pickles, and I think they're perfect for when you only have a few cucumbers. You don't want them to go bad, but you can't eat them fast enough, so this is what I like to do with them. And cue the tears for the onions. Here they come. Anyway, I'm just trying to clean these onions up a little bit. I have been picking out the ones that maybe don't have a very thick skin on them, or if they're starting to go soft, of course, I'm going to use those. For me, the trick with this recipe is to slice these very, very thin, cucumbers and onions, slice them as thin as I can. And this little chopper is what I've just always used to do my pickling. Now, I do have that KitchenAid mixer that I have some attachments for, and I'm playing with that a little bit. So I might be able to figure something out for my pickling for chopping in the future, but not today. Today's not the day for that. This is the box. It's a very old chopper. My grandmama gave me that, and this is just what I use. I know I keep moving around. I'm sorry. I don't know that you can find it anywhere. I don't know where she got it from. I've had it for a long time. And this thing here just adjusts up and down for the thickness. So I'm going to try to get it as thin as I can. And that's about how I want them. As thin as you could slice them. And I don't care if they look like this. Because they'll be kind of crunchy, but they're going to be soft in the pickle. It's going to be like this. So I don't care what, to get them thin. If they're not whole pieces, that's fine for these for me. And the same thing for the onions. I want to slice those as thin as I can get them. And I'm leaving my cucumbers here because I want at least half onions, half cucumbers, possibly a little more onions. Personally, the onions are my favorite in this. But then if you just put onions, they don't taste right without the cucumbers. Those onions are so strong. But anyway, you can see I have about half cucumbers and half onions. So I'm going to get these in the bowl. I'm going to mix them up and put 1 tablespoon of salt. I actually did about a half a tablespoon, 3/4 of a tablespoon, because this is less than the original recipe calls for. So I did decrease the salt. So that's them. They're all mixed up. I'm going to let these sit for at least an hour, probably longer. And while they're sitting, I'm going to make some cowboy candy, not to can. I'm out of it. I'm going to put it in my refrigerator, and I don't have enough peppers to can a big batch. So we're just going to make a batch, stick it in the refrigerator. I cleaned all that mess up from the refrigerator pickles. Now moving on to my cowboy candy. And like I said, I will not be canning this. I am just making this to stick right in the refrigerator and eat now. These bigger peppers, I'll de-seed them because, well, they're easier to de-seed. And I have my little glove on this hand where I'm touching the peppers the most because I got that pepper hand one time and that is not something I ever want to experience again. So I am pretty vigilant about that. If my peppers don't make enough for me to put up cowboy candy, I will buy a box of peppers to do that with. And the peppers, I mean, I just never know how my peppers are going to do. Usually it's right at the end. They blow up and do really well. And for this little bit of peppers, I'm not going to pull out any special chopper. I will use my handy dandy little ninja chopper that I love so much. Oh, and I should mention that I chop mine like that. Whoa. I know some people slice them like, you know, across that way, like little slices. I'm not going to eat them like that. They're going to get chopped up, whatever I put them in anyway. So for me, it's better to just go ahead and chop them up. But you could do this with the slices too. It's whatever works for you. And this is how I like to do it. You do it the way you like to do it. And even if I was putting the whole pepper in there, I will cut them open first because of that right there. And the outside of it, I mean, it looked pretty good on the outside. It was a small pepper. There's like a little spot there. But anyway, I would still cut the pepper just to make sure nothing was going on the inside. So I have them all chopped up. When I started, I did start out with about 1.5 pounds of peppers. My original recipe called for 2 pounds of peppers. This is about 1.5 pounds. So I'm going to make the brine the same that I would for the 2 pounds. If there's extra, you're just going to have extra juice. I have 3 cups of peppers. I'm going to do 3 cups of peppers, 3/4 cup apple cider vinegar, 1/3 cup of sugar 3 times, and just a little bit of salt, just like a little pinch of salt. Melt that down. Okay, so that's starting to boil. I'm going to add the peppers, and if it's not enough brine, I will just make some more. Oh yeah, and that's going to be enough brine. We're going to cook that for about 5 minutes. That's our 5 minutes, so we're going to put this in a jar. And that is it. That is how I make cowboy candy. In the full jar, it's prettier. If I were canning this to make it shelf stable, I would hot water bath this for 15 minutes. But this is going in the refrigerator. We'll eat it now. Well, not right now, but you know what I mean. The cucumbers and onions have soaked. That's the water. See, it kind of draws the water out. And we're just going to squeeze all the liquid out of this that you can, and then put it in your jar. I'm just going to mix up the regular batch of brine, which is 2 cups of vinegar and should be 3 cups of sugar per my recipe, but I did cut that down to 2¼ cups of sugar for us. I'm sure you could add spices to this if you wanted to. I've never done that. I like it this way. I like it because it is easy, and I like the taste of them. Like I said, I will make other pickles for long-term storage, but these in the summertime, I just love them. We're just waiting for this to boil, and when it boils, we're going to cover these, and that'll be that. We have a good boil. I'm going to go ahead and pour it into my jars. And that's it. I'll just let these cool. I'll stick them in the refrigerator. I'll taste them tomorrow. I'm not going to lie, just because I just cannot wait. But 3 to 5 days probably be okay to eat. A week or 2 would be better. But the first batch, and this is the first batch this year, I'm usually not going to wait that long. So you just keep tasting them until, you know, they're marinated enough for you. Well, that's it for me today. Thank y'all so much for joining me, and we'll see y'all next time.